Hi, this is Rachelle at Scrapcraftastic, and this is my first silent craft test. I am looking at doing silent craft with me sessions as live streams. So if you're interested in that, please make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications so you don't miss anything. So this is my first attempt at this, and I'm working on a Lapbook based on the series by Craft with Norma. All of the information will be linked in the description box below. So I did see one of her videos today, and she did this one-page wonder. I've seen this before with a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper or letter size or the equivalent, and you fold it in half and fold it in half again. Then you fold the sides in and cut a slit through the center and kind of gather everything up to make a little booklet. So I just wanted to play around with that. That was the first thing I did during this session, was to put that together, and it will possibly be a piece of ephemera that will go in the final lap book. So once I've got it folded, I go ahead and burnish it down. And this is one of the panels of the lap book. And I'm just playing around with little, I think these are called zines, like magazine, playing around with that to see where it will be placed in this section. This is the first section. I'm still working on it. Basically, everything is how it was in her tutorial. I did make a few minor changes, but the basics are there. So I also need to make a booklet to go on the belly band in this first panel. So I'm using some digitals that I recently downloaded and a piece of black cardstock to make the cover. And I'm keeping the full length of the 11 wide side, so I can fold those over and make little tuck spots inside the front and back cover. Again, if you want to see this full process unnarrated, there's no music, it's just silent. You can check out the live replay where you see all my mistakes and how everything comes together. Here, I've kind of sped things up, cut out some of the blank areas, things like that. So yeah, if you want to see the original, I will link to it in the description box below. So here I am just pulling out some of my digitals that I've printed previously, looking for something that I can use for the cover of this little booklet, this little notebook. And I'm going to use this postcard collage for the cover. So I haven't specifically decided on a theme for this. I think I wanted it to be a little more masculine. I kind of want it to be famous detective style, like maybe Sherlock Holmes or Hercule Poirot. I'm not sure if I want to go that far with it, but I'm kind of just pulling things that give me that kind of feel. Also, I kind of like that dark academia look too. So it might be a combination of all of those things. If you saw the digital paper that I used for the inside pages on the notebook, there was some reference to Sherlock Holmes on that. So there may be a few little things like that throughout this project. So here I'm just using my We Are Memory Keepers tear guide or tear ruler to tear the edges for the papers that I want to use for the cover. And some of these digitals I have had in my stash for so long that I don't remember where they came from. I do know the one there with the buildings is from Shabby Dabby Doodah. And here I'm just going to use some of these coated paper clips to hold the pieces in place. So yeah, this one with the buildings on it is from Shabby Dabby Doodah. I'm going to use this for the inside cover. And here I'm using walnut stain to ink the edges of the inside and outside cover pieces. So I'm taking all the digitals that I anticipate I may be able to use for this project and putting them in this Shein bag. My daughter ordered school clothes from Shein, a few things, and she had all these bags, and I thought they were great to hold my projects. So this is the base of the Lapbook. This was my first attempt at the base. I did talk about this in a previous video, which I'll link in the iCard up above. This one is the one that I used the corrugated cardboard to make the cover with, and the cardboard was a double width cardboard, so it's a little thick, but it is very light. It looks like it would be heavy, but it's really, really lightweight. So this is the first panel, and I'm just kind of showing how it's supposed to fit in the Lapbook. I did use scrapbook papers for the background papers. I really need to use my scrapbook papers. A lot of them don't really have that vintage look, but I thought this was a good look for this project, and it's not too feminine. It has feminine elements, but it also has a masculine look. And I don't use blues and greens that much. Well, I do use green a lot, but not this type of green. So this one will be mostly blues, greens, and browns. Um, so yeah, that is the main project. So I'll be doing lots of little projects to go into that. So here I'm going ahead using the Scotch glue stick to add my cover pieces for the front and back. This is a lighter weight paper, so that is why I'm using the glue stick so that I don't have any problems with warping. Then the inside cover pieces are actually cardstock, so I'm going to use a heavier glue for that. I'm going to use the Eileen's Tacky Glue. So now I'm going to use some art glitter glue to close the pockets, and using my paper clips to hold it in place while the glue sets up. And here I'm going to use just a scrap piece of paper. This was a misprint insert that I coffee or tea stained. I felt like the inside pages for this notebook needed a few more pages, so I'm going to tear off a section of this paper to add pages to my notebook. This insert was actually a Black Friday shopping insert, shopping order insert, but I'm careful to tear off the pieces that did not include the doll, just the grid and the form. So here I'm deciding how I want to fold this piece. It is going to end up having a fold out, so I fold the front piece, and then the excess on the second side of it will fold in, and it'll have a fold out or flip out. And I could actually glue something to that. I may do that later. I may do a little embellishing in this notebook or some stamping. So here I'm just tearing off another piece, trying to get the most out of this piece of upcycled paper. I'm going to fold that in half and add another page to the notebook. So I felt like the notebook needed a little bit more. So I'm using this black paper, I think it's 24-pound paper, to add another page to the notebook. And I'm just using my ruler to tear it down to size. So this is the insides of the notebook, and here I am using the walnut stain distress ink once again to go along the edges of the digital papers, just to make sure there's no white edges that I may have missed when I cut them out. And for those digital images, I did print them two to a page. They're actually full page images, but I use the multiple page option in Adobe Reader to print to a page. So this is what the notebook is looking like. I'm happy with the number of pages and the positioning of the pages. So I'm going to go ahead and clip those together so that I can mark the place where I need to punch the holes, and get the notebook stitched together. So I'm using my Tim Holtz ruler to find the center of this notebook, and then I'm going out about 1 3/4 inches on either side of the center. This is part of my sewing kit for bookbinding, and I actually have this green twine from, I think it's from the Dollar Tree, and I decided I need to start using this as well. I've already started using the brown color or the tan color, so I cut off about 3.5 lengths of that, meaning lengths of my notebook, and I'm using a needle with a fairly large eye in it. I'm also using my retractable awl or a pokey tool to poke the holes so that I can stitch the notebook together. And I want my tails to be on the outside once this is complete. So I'm starting from the outside. However, the holes are not big enough for the double width of twine to go through. So I'm using my other awl to make the holes a little bigger. And I probably could have used my crocodile punch to punch the holes, but I'm still a little nervous about doing that. I know a lot of people do that, but I'm not so sure I want to do that. So yeah, I am just doing the standard 3-hole pamphlet stitch with this notebook. Again, using that twine. And it's a very rough and fibrous twine, so I get little bits of fibers coming out of it, and it's pretty tough. So here I'm adjusting the twine, making sure that everything is laying flat on the inside, putting my needle away, don't want to lose that. And here I'm smoothing down the pages, making sure everything is stitched properly before I go in and tie the knots. So I'm just tightening up the twine and doing my knots. So I leave the tails the length that they are. Then I have a scrap piece of craft cardstock and some of the Tim Holtz fabric tape. And I'm covering that little piece with the fabric tape. And I'm going to use this to make 2 little tags to go on the tails of the strings. So when I was doing this live, I accidentally glued together the pieces before I put them on the string, but I was able to correct that. Here I'm just cutting this in half so that I can make the 2 tags, which is actually 4 tags, and then I glue 2 together on each string. So I thought I was going to be able to do my angle punch here, my We Are Memory Keepers angle punch, but it did not cut through the fabric tape. So I'm going to have to cut these freehand, and I'm just using one of the ones that I cut to go in and make sure they're all basically the same. So here I'm adding the glue to one side, placing the string in the glue, and then adding the other side on top. Just trimming up a little excess, making sure everything lines up and that that glue holds. And I'm going to do the same thing for the other tail and the other 2 tags. So here I'm using the walnut stain to ink the edges of the tags. And then I will use the tags, since they are so long, the tails are so long, I'm using it as a closure for the notebook too. And that is the finished notebook. I may come back and do some embellishing inside, as I mentioned. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything. Thanks for watching, and I'll holler at y'all next time. Bye.